Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be replacing the lower control arm on this Honda Civic. As you can see, those bushes are shot. So first thing I'm going to do is clean them up, so we'll lubricate them with some WD-40 maintenance spray. Give that time to set. Then attack it with a wire brush. And every bolt or nut that you're going to remove today, you want to attack the threads with a wire brush the best as you can. You might still run into problems, but it will reduce it drastically. These are a pain, especially these drop links. And now we're going to remove the nut on this ball joint, but it's got a split pin in there, so we're going to need to remove that split pin. So these are bent around. You can't see it because it's the same colour as the bolt a second, but we'll bend it around. It's the lower end there. Give it a little bit of a tug, but you're going to need to bend the top one around as well. So these split into two, that's why they're called split pins, and there's another one sitting up here. Look, see how it was hiding? Sort of camouflaged in. And I'm going to grab it with my side cutters and then just leverage on the bolt, well, the nut itself. As you can see, that's sliding straight for the hole. You won't get them straight, but you can get them as straight as you can. They won't be perfect, but get them as straight as you can and make this process a little bit easier. These can snap. Luckily for me, I don't have to show you how to deal with that right now, because this one comes out lovely and fully intact. So just keep wiggling it through like that. You can see there it is, all intact perfectly. It's time to remove the nut. This is a 19mm. You might have the originals or an aftermarket on there, and the size may vary. Get it out. So this is the trick I learned on TikTok, sorry. You're going to jack it up from the lower ball joint. Get it nice and high. And then we're going to wedge something in between the arm and the metal of the hub. So I'm using this pickle fork with a splitter. I'm not using it as a splitter, I'm just using it as a chunk of metal. And because it's a wedge, then I'm going to tap it into place. But you could just use like a socket or a bar. The guy I learned it off of, he's called 802 Garage, and when he was demonstrating this on TikTok, he actually used a pickaxe. But what we're going to do is lower the jack. I accidentally dropped my torch. But as you can see here, just about, the lower arm is now free. Let's pop the ball joint out. So you jack it up, wedge a bit of metal in the gap, lower it down, and boop, out it comes. Now for this drop link, you might have to cut yours out. I got lucky on this one, but it's a 17mm. It's starting to spin, so what I'm going to do is put a 5mm Allen key. I believe it's a 5mm Allen key in the centre, just to stop the shaft from spinning, and then crack it off that way. With these you have to take your time. I do a lot of tightening, loosening it and then tightening it back up, spray, clean the threads a bit more, loosen it, tighten it, loosen it, tighten it, loosen it, tighten it until it's done. Like I said, I got lucky on this one. I usually just cut them off. You can see the shaft moving on the inside, and the nut is done. Slide that out of the way. Now I'm going to do a heave ho. Let's go on this front. This is a 19mm. It's a bit tight, that's why I put my whole body into it. So I'm just cracking it off with the spanner. My impact's not good enough to take that out in one, but obviously if yours is, just use the impact and cut it out. Now it's loose enough. I'm going to gun it out with the impact. It starts to stick, so then I do it up, tighten it back up, loosen it back down, tighten it back up, loosen it back down, until it comes all the way out. Now repeat the same process on this bolt here, so it's got a captive nut down on this side, so we're just going to crack it off with a spanner. and then gun that all the way out. Obviously these are the tools that work for me. You have to make do with what you've got. You might do it slightly differently, but the process is still the same. Pull down on that, give it a good wiggle and a pull, and it should fly out. And you can see here how this inner bush, have a look at this now. That is really gone. Can you see how it's ripped almost all the way through? And that's with the pressure from my hand. Imagine the pressure on the road. So clean up these mating surfaces, get ready for the new one. I'm going to fit the new one. It's going to take a bit of wiggling and jiggling and tapping and bapping. If you don't know already, then you haven't subscribed, but I'm using a Blueprint original quality lower control arm. If you didn't know that, and you don't know that I use Blueprint all the time, so you should hit the subscribe button and find out that I use the Blueprint and products all the time. Please. So you can see I'm just wrestling this into place. It's not as much of a struggle as it looks. Just want to make sure it's all perfect, you know. Jack it up, wiggle it around, jack it up, lower it down, wiggle it around until it's right, rather than taking a chance of damaging anything. Now we're going to do these bolts back up. We're going to do it with the jack on, so it's at road height. You don't risk damaging your bush. Putting the drop link back on. So we've done the back two, we've done the drop link. Next is to move on to the ball joint. I'm snagging this up now. Don't forget I'm using extra long spanners, so it might look like it's not an effort, but it is. And there's the ball joint done. Don't forget to put your new split pin in. Use a new split pin, so make sure you get one if you haven't got one. And then we're going to bend that down into shape. Bend the bottom one down and probably cut the top one and bend it up, so it sits a bit more snug. Tap it around into place. And then don't forget the top one. And that's it. Job's done. Thanks for watching, guys. It's my brand new control arm there. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you with another tutorial next week. Thanks, bye.